So rather than what you've done where you kind of ask like 3 very vague questions, it's like, how are you going? How have you been doing? And then he said, how have you been going with your food? But the first 2 questions took 8 minutes of him going on a ramble. Then when he got to food, then he took 15 minutes going on a ramble. Versus like, if you didn't ask the food one and you just said like, last time we talked about doing this, have you been did you manage to do that? He has yeah, I did, but I didn't really do it on this day. Great, well, why didn't you do it on that day? And then you've got a direction for the consult and you may be leading towards what I really wanted to educate you about today was this. It's all good being conversational, but if you can't redirect when you need to redirect, you're down a rabbit hole you can't get out of.
Yeah.
And that just kept going, and I was just like, how are we still having this conversation? And you actually instigate the continuation of those.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Because you're like, you've got a vocal tick. It's okay, but like, okay. You say it a lot. But with that, if you're not going to say something after it, like if you're trying to interject into the conversation, you need to be quick and ready with something to stop them talking. Because you say that, then you take like 3 seconds to think, and I can see you about to say something to get them back on track, but by that time, they've already started talking again, and you're like, oh shit. And then you're just like waiting for your moment again, and then the same thing happens. Well, it's all very individual because you got to read the client. So some clients will come in very open, very happy and keen, and like you see them moving forward, they're engaged already, and then the other ones just like, yeah, what? Like, what do you want? Just like, so then you instantly, what I've always done is instantly, for those difficult ones, is just telling them, it's like, mate, don't be worried, I'm not going to take away your beer, it's all good. You know, like, or like, do it in a way that, you know, it's like, as you can probably tell, I'm not the dietitian that's going to tell you to eat like a rabbit, so don't worry. I'm going to help you achieve your goal, I don't care. It's not about me. It doesn't negate you hearing them, because you still want to build relationships by letting them tell stories, but it's just around maneuvering the story a little bit. And there was a few moments there where he'd pretty much finished, but you trying to overemphasize your interest created him continuing the story versus going, oh, that's great that's happened, that's a really good change. What I really wanted to talk to you about today was, you know, so then you immediately stop him from thinking about the story. He jumps into the next thing, and then you go down there and do that. Don't continually bang the drum. People get over it, and then they will think you're just like another dietitian that's just telling them to get rid of everything they love. You don't want that. So instead, you modify some other aspects of their diet, and then you identify if you can change anything there. And if it gets to the point, so like with people with alcohol, right? If you get to the point where every single other aspect of their diet is perfect, like you cannot improve it, then it's just like, hey, is there anything else that you think we can achieve? Because every other aspect of your diet is completely perfect. You would be losing this much weight, you're achieving all your vitamin and mineral goals. Is there something? And they go, it's probably the alcohol in it. I'm like, well, yeah. And then they go, yeah, I'm still not ready. Or they go, okay, how about I look at decreasing a little bit? Okay, let's do that. There's, you know, probably 15 other foods that he's eating during the day that you could probably modify. So I would say go at things a different way. Don't always target something directly. It's the same thing with alcohol. If you target it directly, most of the time they have resistance. Target it indirectly, things happen. So examples being, bump up that dinner meal. Smack him full of as many free vegetables as you can with it, and go, all right, so you can 100% continue having the mini Toblerone, but you need to get through this much.
Yeah.
Or like, don't even mention the Toblerone. Go, hey, look, to prevent after dinner snacks, which we know are the issue and we've agreed are the issue, as long as he's agreed to it, by the way, then go, all right, let's bump up your lunch if you feel like you're getting hungry. But if it's just like an emotional comfort thing, that's a bigger fish to fry, and that's over a longer period of time. So instead I would focus on other things to decrease and create an energy deficit. I'd always say, like, look, 400 grams is too much, and the recommendations say 80 grams, but in my eyes that's nowhere near enough, and you'll probably want to punch me in the face if that happens. So instead, how about we agree to go to 250? Do you reckon that's doable? And they go, oh yeah, all right. I'm like, yeah, cool. Look, I won't decrease that anymore. Just stick at the 200, and we'll figure out other ways to do it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I appreciate that. Because I think you're doing them a favor by going, hey, 80 grams is a recommendation, but I'm going to let you have over double that or triple that. He's like, oh, okay, cool. You're a cool dietitian. It's just trying to simplify it, and ultimately, if you set, like, to achieve your goals of this much weight loss, the 3 top things that we could change that will get you that impact. And every time that she rebuts you, because she's going to rebut you, she's that person that's like, oh, but I don't deep fry that often. Oh, but I wasn't that much fruit salad. Oh, but it's just like, yes, but if we have a little bit extra on all of these things, that adds up, and it's not going to get us closer to your goal. Remember how I just went through the 3 days and it's too much? We need to find somewhere to decrease, and these ones are going to get you the biggest bang for your buck. If you're completely against one, I'll remove it and I'll come up with another one, but these are the ones that I think will get you there the quickest. Then it's up to her.